down towards the basket. Misses one.
Hello once again, and welcome to another episode of Inside IUE Sports. I'm your host, Kaleb Gillock, and we've got another great show on the way for you here today. I'm joined today with head coach Tiffany Selhorst of the women's basketball team to talk a little bit about her team. Coach, thanks for joining me.
Glad to be here.
Well, let's just start off by talking last year. Great season, great run for the Red Wolves. Just tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, last year was a lot of fun. We performed above expectations, I think. That's what happens when you finally have some upperclassmen that can take over. Sure. And it helps that we had a couple all-conference players and an All-American to help lead the team. And I think from the beginning of the season last year, we knew that we were going to be good, but it was going to be hard work. Right. And we definitely put that hard work into action and, I think surprised some people in the nation.
Yeah. Well, a few new pieces this year to the team, but what's that transition going to be like picking up from last year carrying into this year?
I think it's going to be a little bit harder this year, but I'm really optimistic about what this team can do because now that first year of kids I recruited will be seniors, and they're running the team, which is exciting for me as a coach to see them really take hold of this program.
We'll talk about those 5 seniors coming up here in a little bit, but already starting practices, those are underway. How are those going?
Practices, actually, this is probably one of the best years we've had to start the season. We got a couple of freshmen that are really adapting well. Like I said before, it's good to have some upperclassmen really be able to lead. This is probably one of the best years, best starts that we've had to the season in practices. Every day has been a tough practice, and I think we're getting better every day, which is probably one of the first times I could say that.
Well, it's a good problem to have. And you also talked a little bit about off the air, a practice squad coming in this year to help you guys out that's really eager to get in there and help the girls get better.
Yes, we have had consistently about 6 guys that will come in that are pretty talented that really help us. And we talk about every day, when we can learn how to beat this group of guys, we can beat anybody in the nation. But we're really thankful to have guys that are committed to coming in and practicing with us. And by practice, I don't mean just come in and do some drills. Often these guys are getting on the line and running when they lose. They're running up and down the court. They're doing their burpees on the side. Whatever it is, these guys are committed, and I'm very thankful for that.
Well, it's going to be nice to have that kind of dedication to your program.
It is. It is very.
All right, well, let's look a little bit ahead to the schedule. What are some of the games you've already got circled before the season's even underway?
Well, let's start with Marion.
Right.
We actually play them twice. And, my philosophy has always been, I say this every year, that to be the best, you got to play the best. And they're coming off of their second national championship. I'm friends with their head coach, and I said we might be glutton for punishment here, but I want to keep playing them. That team is a very good team, and I want to be able to someday beat them and have some bragging rights with her. The other ones, our conference is going to be really up in the air this year. We've had a lot of changeover and recruiting, and I'm excited for all of that. We are before we get to conference, we're playing down in Tennessee, and we're playing Southeastern University and Georgetown, 2 very, very good teams, so that'll kind of help us know where we're at. We've got Olivet Nazarene, who we have played before at Nationals as well, if you guys remember that 2 years ago, where they wore us out that first game. It was a lot of fun to play, but we're going to go ahead and play them for real. St. Francis, both in Fort Wayne and in Illinois. Both of them went to nationals last year. St. Francis Fort Wayne is very young, or they were young last year, but I can relate to what he's doing up there, and they've got a really solid team coming back. So excited about playing them. Kind of, but yeah, that should be a good game. St. Francis, Illinois, made it to the Final Four last year. Another very good team, very, very deep. They are under new coaching, a head coach there, but I have a lot of respect for Coach Brooks, and I know that he's going to have them ready by the time we play them, unfortunately.
Well, we knew you had a tough non-conference schedule last year, but it sounds like maybe kicked it up a few notches this year.
Yes. I like to do that. With as many seniors as we have coming back, I really felt like we could make a splash nationally. So yeah, I wanted to schedule tough teams this year to see how we could really do. So I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
Now.
Let's go ahead and right now. Well, let's go ahead and talk about your team this year. You talked about having 5 seniors coming back. Before we talk about them individually, just talk about that senior group that's stuck it out and is here in year 4.
Well, obviously this is a very special group to me. Mm-hmm. This is the first group that I recruited when I started the program 4 years ago. I can't say enough about this group of girls that stuck it out. We knew we had a lot of talent coming in when they were becoming freshmen, but like any group, you kind of got to grow into the system, and we're finally to a point now where they're running it, and that's really exciting for a head coach. It's going to be a tough senior night for me, but don't tell them I said that, But yeah, I'm excited to see what this group wants to do. They're very motivated. They're very focused. It's just going to be a fun year for them.
Right. Well, just start off by telling us a little bit about Tia King.
I could probably talk a whole program about Tia. No, she has had a great off season. You want to talk about a kid that is focused and ready for this year. She's got some big goals for her and big goals for the team, and I'm excited about what she can do. Obviously, coming off of being the best player in the conference last year, she has continued to build on that this off season and wants to repeat doing that, which she's got a core group of girls behind her that is going to be very special. The thing about Tia and her game is she has one of the quickest shots and can create her own shot. And a lot of times on the sideline, I'm sitting there going, no, don't you? Okay, great shot. I think maybe you remember last year her scoring 14 points in about 2 minutes. The whole time I'm in my head on the sideline saying, no. Okay, good job, good shot. But she's one of those players that can attack and get to the basket, and then you play off of her, and then she's going to do a step-back 3 in your face. Her defense is probably the most improved over the last 3 years. I'm excited for that because that's going to give her a longer stat line and help her as we go forward and looking for national recognition with her.
And how about Kristen Miller?
Kristen, another very improved player. She's always going to have that special place in my heart because she's a point guard and she's from my hometown. So she can verify that I have been extra hard on her the last 3 years. But she has improved a lot. Her main focus has been defense. I think you guys could see in last year's game against Purdue Northwest, she locked down one of the best players in the country and held her to, I think, 14 points or 12 points or whatever. That was all Kristen in her head. And when she gets focused and gets confidence in her defense, we're just a better team. Right. She has also widened her game with being able to attack. There's not a lot of people that can stay in front of her offensively because she's so quick. so she can get to the basket. She has improved on being able to finish on both sides of the basket. Last year we were a little shaky on the left side, but she's getting a lot better at being able to attack and get to the basket there. You also saw in the national game she could hit some threes. So, we're excited about how her and Tia working together can really widen our offense and make us hard to guard.
Yeah. Well, another player that was nice to have back last year was Mackenzie Campbell. Tell us a little bit about her.
Well, talk about focused. She has been very focused to start this season and in practice. She's another player you just don't know how to guard. She's been working on her game inside. She's got some moves inside that's going to help us really finish. She's been working on her three-point shot. She's been very, very consistent in practice and being able to hit that. So I'm excited to see her be able to bring that. Another area is her defense. If you could see, she wasn't the greatest at defense maybe her freshman year. Her sophomore year she sat out. She got better last year. This year she's ready to guard some of those players that are very versatile. She can guard inside and she can guard outside. She got a lot smarter on defense. Not the quickest player, but very smart on defense, which is going to be very helpful for us. But yes, offensively, she's going to be hard to guard. You're not going to be able to know what she's going to do. She can go in and post up, or she can stand outside and shoot threes all day.
All right, and how about Bailey Dryman?
Bailey, well, right now she is going to probably take this first semester off and help us on the sidelines. We're really excited for her, but she just had a baby, a little girl, my first Red Wolf baby, so we're excited for her. We'll kind of see how she's feeling and if she wants to come back and play. I'm really hopeful that she does, but being a mother, there's a lot of responsibility that goes into that. So we'll kind of see where she's at, but she is involved in every part of our team right now. I know she's excited to get even back to the sidelines to help the girls and help motivate them. If she does come back and play this year, she's one of those kids you can't take off the court, you can't take out of the game. Again, in the national game, I keep going back to that against Purdue Northwest. She was doing so well, I didn't even notice that she played 40 minutes. She's a rebounder. She's the heart and soul of the team. She gets on the floor for loose balls. She's very smart on defense. Doesn't score a lot of points, but talking about the first three girls that we were talking about, she doesn't need to. She just needs to do the little things, and she accepted that role. So I'm hoping that at some point she'll decide to come back this year.
Okay. And how about Deja Boyd?
Deja, Deja's going to be one of those role players this year. She's phenomenal inside. And the inside game for only being 5'6". I don't know how she can score sometimes in there against some bigger players, but she can. She's battling some injuries right now. We'll see how she comes back. We want her at full strength to be able to come back and be able to play defense as well. But, Deja's one of those players that she can score on the inside and nobody knows how she can score on the inside. The other thing that she's really good at and you can see is if you're sleeping on her behind the three-point line, she's going to hit it in your eye. So we're excited about Deja when she gets back to full strength.
All right, well, there you have it. Coach Selhorst talking about the 5 seniors on the Red Wolves roster this season. We'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll talk about the underclassmen next here on Inside IUE Sports. And welcome back to Inside IUE Sports. I just finished talking with Coach Selhorst about the 5 seniors on the roster as well as her outlook on the upcoming season. Now it's time to talk about the underclassmen. Coach, let's go ahead and start off with the junior class and talk about Libby Springmeyer.
Okay. Libby has been working hard. I would say she's probably put in more work than anybody else in the offseason, and it shows. We've been talking about how, we got to use that wingspan that she has, and she's been doing a great job in practices first couple weeks at getting better at that and keeping her hands up on defense. She's also been doing a lot of strengthening exercises for her ankles that will also help her on defense. We named her captain this year, and she's been doing a great job being able to lead. And I think, if I had to guess, she's probably going to be the biggest surprise. You know, it's easy with this senior class, knowing what to expect with them, but with Libby, I think she's going to surprise some people in what she's been able to accomplish in the offseason and then carry over into this season.
And she's one of those players you've seen how she's increased and gotten better each year from her freshman year.
Yes. If anything, I tease her a lot because when she came in her freshman year, I always call her a noodle because before she got into that weight room, she was kind of a noodle. Now she's one of the hardest working kids in our weight room, and you can tell she's put on some muscle and she's gotten stronger and she's gotten some smarter on offense and defense. And like I said, she's going to be our biggest surprise probably. I shouldn't say that, and hopefully none of my opponents are watching this. Sorry.
Well, how about Sarah Cook?
Sarah, another junior that has come back very focused. I know that she wants to help the senior class go off with a bang. Been working hard both on and off the court for us. She's been battling some injuries here in preseason, so I'm not really sure what she can do yet, but we're excited about the possibilities for her to come back in the best shape that she's been in since she's been here at IU East. She can hit threes, she can post up inside, she can box you out and push you 10 feet back. She's becoming a vocal leader on the court and especially in the post, which is what we need. So we're excited about seeing what Sarah Cook can bring to us this year.
All right, move on and talk about the returning sophomores. Start off with Haley Conway.
Haley, another one, a very improved player. You know, Haley came out of high school at being one of the players that 6th, 7th, 8th man off her bench because she played behind two Division I players. I know that she wasn't heavily recruited because of that. She didn't get a lot of playing time, but she has been working with Coach Moore on everything that deals with being a post. We are getting her more consistent inside. She's posting up. I think about every practice, the team goes crazy on some kind of post move that she does that sends the boys, you know, in the other direction. She's very improved. She's running up and down the floor a lot better, and she wants to be a part of something special this year, and she's going to get some playing time because of what she's done in the off season.
So in the past, we've seen her more in the forward type role, so maybe more of a center type role this year for her.
Definitely going to be in the center role. One thing that we are still working on with Haley is her lateral movement and being able to play defense on the outside. But right now, I think she's better inside and guarding the post and probably one of our best players for post defense.
Okay. And how about Hannah Blakely?
Hannah's also been kind of battling some injuries here, but you know, I think she's going to really accept her role as being an outside shooter for us. She's been very consistent in it when she has been able to practice. You know, when we're able to get into the paint and get a kick out there, she's been consistently hitting down those threes offensively, and I think that's what we're going to do with her and make her role be for us this year. Defensively, we're still working on, you know, just being able to be smarter because she's not the quickest person on defense, but she's got a very high basketball IQ, which has shown. She's being a great vocal leader and helping our freshmen just get acclimated. And again, when she gets healthy for this season, which we're trying to work on right now, I think that it's going to be a good shift for her to see her role increase on this team.
Okay. Well, let's move on and talk about the newcomers.
Yeah.
Just start off by telling us a little bit about those three as a whole.
Well, we've got 2 guards that are coming in and 1 center. or a post coming in. I'm pretty excited about it. With Sybil, she is a transfer from Owens Community College that I believe went undefeated or only lost one game last year. She was a very important role for them. We're excited about her speed and her defense. I think she's going to be able to kind of relieve some pressure on our guards out there and be able to play some defense on them. She comes in as a junior, so that leadership is already there. And she's very quick to adapt to our offense and defensive philosophies, which has been very helpful.
Right.
Amani Reese, she is coming off of a injury from last year as a senior. We're slowly trying to get her acclimated to the speed of the college game. What she needs to kind of understand is that it's going to take a little bit for her to get there. She's very competitive and wants to be able to play right away and be right where she was when she was a junior in high school. And we just need to get her to understand that she needs to get some strength, understand the game. It's really important right now that she steps back and learns what we're trying to do, and then when she is able to play at full strength, to be able to come in and do the things that we want her to do. One of the reasons why we recruited her was not so much for her scoring, but because she's a pass-first point guard. So we're excited that she can create some things and get some players open and then be able to kick it out and get some assists for us.
All right, how about Amanda?
Amanda is, we're really excited about what Amanda can do. She's a very versatile post. We're having her step out onto the perimeter, which she's not as acclimated to because she's always played inside for her high school team. But she has a very quick first step when she's out there. She is a rebounding machine and able to put it back in with some contact. So she's quick at running the floor. She's going to be able to help us again widen our offense and create for some of those bigger scores that we have this year because she is so consistent on the inside. So we're excited about what Amanda can bring to this team as well.
All right. Well, you talked a little bit about Sybil being a transfer into the program this
Yes.
year. Was it a deal where you guys recruited her or she reached out to you guys?
Well, her coach from Owens had reached out to me first and gave me some film, things like that. I had worked with him in the past and watched some of that film and was like, okay, this is a kid that I can see coming in right away and being able to contribute on some film. So then we met Sybil, had her come up. She's a great kid. She's a hardworking student, has a great family. So we just felt like she was somebody that could really fit in and, like I said, be able to contribute right away.
All right. Well, now that we know the roster, that first game quickly approaching, coming up on November 4th here at home, just tell us a bit about that matchup.
Indiana Wesleyan, they are under a new coaching change as well, so they're going to be a surprise this year. Not exactly sure what kind of offense. I think last year we were able to surprise them a little bit because we had scouted them so well, and our kids were very motivated to beat such a very good team. In the past, Indiana Wesleyan has always been a team that is known nationally with several national championships, and like I said, I think it's going to be a surprise this year for us. Right. And then we followed that up with Tennessee Wesleyan, another team that is very quick, guard focused, and last year they were able to surprise some teams, especially Marion. They beat Marion early in the season, so we're looking forward to this first weekend that we have with this tournament that we're doing. But like I said before, I can't really give up too much because it's just very unknown.
Right. All right. Well, anything else you'd like to add either about the team or this upcoming season?
We're looking forward to it. I think this is going to be one of those years that is where we're going to have to work really hard for what we achieve. I think it's going to be the most successful year that we've had because of what we have to put into it. No matter what our record is, it may not be what it was last year. It may be better than it was last year, but we are excited when we talk about every day how this year is going to be our most rewarding year because of the effort that we've got to put into it.
All right. Well, thanks for your time today.
No problem.
Well, there you have it from Coach Tiffany Selhorst talking a little bit about how the Red Wolves are going to look this year as well as her full roster. Get that first home game coming up for the Red Wolves on November 4th at Lingle Court against Indiana Wesleyan. You can check out the full schedule online all the time at IUERedWolves.com. Well, that wraps up this episode of Inside IUE Sports. I'm your host, Kaleb Gillock. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.